Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes in the WNCT Digital Studio. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he'll resign in 14 days. This is the first time Cuomo has spoken since the state's Attorney General's report on sexual harassment accusations. Cuomo released a pre-recorded response Tuesday denying all wrongdoing. The same day, New York Attorney General announced the findings of her office's investigation into the allegations. Leaders and lawmakers from both parties have called on Cuomo to resign, while prosecutors from several New York counties are looking into criminal investigation of the governor's alleged behavior. Also in national news, the Senate gave final approval to the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure plan. The final Senate vote came down to 69-30 after months of negotiations. 19 Republican senators voted with the Democrats to advance the legislation, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The bill now goes to the House, where lawmakers will consider its approval when it returns from recess in September. And back here in the East, Craven County Health Director Scott Harrelson wrote an open letter to the community asking them to get vaccinated in the wake of the Delta variant. In the letter, he details the uptick in cases seen in the area and the pressure it's putting on local hospitals. The letter states in part, quote, "You can imagine how frustrating it is to the medical community to have to treat a condition that could have been prevented by a vaccine that is readily available," end quote. You can view the full letter on our website at WNCT.com. The Beaufort County Health Department will hold 2 COVID-19 vaccination clinics in the Boyett Conference Center on Beaufort County Community College's campus. The first clinic will take place on Monday, August 16th from 1 to 3 p.m. The first day of fall classes and a second clinic will take place on Thursday, August 26th from 9 to 11 a.m. Recipients will have a choice between the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. Both events are open to the public and vaccines are available for anyone aged 12 or older. The vaccines are free, but recipients are asked to bring a health insurance card if applicable, but no one will be turned away. And in Pitt County, the Little League Softball World Series will be played in Greenville for the first time ever, starting Wednesday. City officials are expecting a big impact from the event and are hopeful it will lead to more events for the city. Stay with 9 on Your Side Sports for updates on the games. When we come back, we'll take a look at the stories that we're following for our newscast. But first, a weather update from your Storm Team 9 meteorologist, Alex Wasilenko.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm your Storm Team 9 meteorologist, Alex Wasilenko. Another seasonable summer day on tap across the eastern coastal plains with southerly winds, partly to mostly sunny skies, highs near 90, heat indices nearing the triple digits, and that infamous chance for an outside thunderstorm or shower by the end of the day and into the early evening. As we go through the overnight into early Wednesday morning, more of the same old, waking up to warm and muggy conditions. It also may be a bit foggy to start the day on Wednesday. By Wednesday afternoon and evening, check out those showers and storms trying to inch closer to the east, but right around sunset, they fall apart after what will be another 90-degree day in eastern North Carolina. More 90s on the board for Thursday, but Thursday, we continue to see the typical ebbs and flows of a summertime weather pattern with high heat, high humidity, and daily thunderstorm activity. Be sure to download your free Storm Team 9 weather app so you can track all the latest changes over the next several days. There will be many changes to talk about past midweek this week for both inland and coastal communities. That Storm Team 9 weather app is especially going to come in handy Friday through the upcoming weekend and even early next week. That's when we'll see an uptick in shower and thunderstorm activity with isolated showers and storms Friday and Saturday, followed by more widely scattered showers and storms for Sunday and next Monday. You'll notice temperatures over the next several days will go from the upper 80s to low 90s, all the way back down into the middle to upper 80s once we enter the better chances for showers and storms into the forecast again by the end of the weekend and early next week. Make it a terrific and toasty Tuesday, everyone. I'm your Storm Team 9 meteorologist, Alex Wasilenko.
And up ahead on our newscast, natural infection isn't enough to protect you against COVID. 9 on Your Side reporter Amber Joseph speaks with health experts about staying safe during a surge of COVID cases. And 6 former health directors sent a letter to the UNC system asking for a vaccine mandate and said weekly testing won't be enough to slow the spread of COVID. Caroline Boya will bring you the full report on our late night newscast. And be sure to tune into this week's episode of What the Politics. Emily and I speak with Marshall Kosloff, co-host of the Realignment podcast. Kosloff has interviewed political figures such as former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, along with policy experts and pundits. We explore the nature of political leaders and where America's headed. We have a video element added to this week's podcast. You can watch that online at WNCT.com on the podcast network tab, or tune in on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Here's a preview of our conversation.
I found myself much more interested in what does it look like to be a strong leader who could pull the country together, because the last thing I'll add to this is basically that if you look at the quote unquote great presidents that we've had, so if you look at the FDRs and the Abraham Lincolns and the LBJs, and obviously LBJ has his issues, but I mean, big, expansive, ambitious presidencies. None of these people were policy people. None of these people were, here's my 40-point specific plan. Here's my position on Medicare for all or the public option. That was never their deal. Obviously, FDR had the kitchen cabinet during the New Deal, but that was very much not who he was as a politician. He brought in policy people, almost a separate issue there. So I want a system where we're actually creating politicians and leaders who understand that leadership aspect, which I don't think we've really selected for right now.
Thank you for tuning in to our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes in the WNCT Digital Studio.